Good evening. Very quiet. Good evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are very kind. Today, I will explain about egging. Of course, I organizing such a egging event. Today, I will explain some more deep information only here. I'm not writing the magazines, such as things. Only this night, I will pass my technique, my knowledge, everything. And after, so you can catch more the squid. Today's contents. What's about the squid jigs and the suitable tackles, rod action, egg size, sink rate, in the best spot for fishing, and the best timing. What's warm jacket, our technique, and the lateral sound, and the 490 growth, many things. It's a color and the Yamashita jig selection and accessory. Today I will explain. It's a egi. It was born 300 years ago in Japan. Then it's a very luxury place about the very higher people, high society people. It's a samurai. Only samurai enjoying the squid fishing. Recently, it's a little bit changing the shape, more slim, and the eyes is like a lures, and the sharp hook, and the sinker is like a keel. That's why now, so you can make the jerk, so more sharp jerk. It's widely actions in the waters, side to side. And here is very important. It's the chest of the egg. Egg has a chest. That's why you make the jumping more higher. The here acceptable, the water resist here, and the jumping. Sometimes you see the squid jigs totally flat. It makes difficult more hop up the higher.
Understand?
Thank you very much. Egging rod is around 6 foot to 8.6. It's mostly. And we use braided line. I use sun line. Yes, it's a nice one. It's there are kind of the 4-braided, 8-braided. Yes, 4-braided is very tough because 4 materials like this, turn and turn. And 8-braided is material 8. That's why more smooth, and you can cast longer, and you can feel the squid sensitive bite, right? And we taking the leader. I taking around 1.5 meters. Yes, because we casting the squid jigs, and for far away there are some rocks and weed and the bank. It's scratching easier. That's why I would like I want to cover the main line. That's why taking longer. It's a rod and the reel and the P line and fluorocarbon leader and the snap. It's a necessary tackles. And I enjoying the egging from kayak and the boat fishing, the shore base. From shore base we using the gaff. Due to sometimes big squid coming and difficult to hang up the.
Too heavy.
Yes, because we use a very thin line. It need to landing tools. And the rod action. So every country's squid fisherman, they ask me what action is best every time. So ask me. But action is sometimes important, but the most important thing is hop up the egg. Yep. I will tell you one of the truths, right? I stand a pier. This is pier. The water. You cast like this, the make sink to the bottom. Then you making the 2 or 3 sharp jerk. Egg is like this. Right? Everyone imagine that this action inside water and make sink and make hop up, sink. It's not really. The real, I will explain. You casting the far away, the line degrees is what do you think? Like this? No. Like this, inside water. That's why you making jerk 3 or 2, 3 jerking, not hop up like this, almost straightly like this, for far away area. It's real. Because in EJ Tot homepage, so Yamaria homepage, you can see the underwater movie of the Egi swimming actions. And then, so I joined the shooting the movies. So cameraman asked me, okay, 2-3 step jerk I'm making like this, almost no moving, straightly. Cameraman said to me, you're kidding. No, I'm serious. But for far away area, egg cannot hop up so more higher. And the line degrees is like 45 here, around this zone. Egg rising up, step by step. Yeah. Here is almost. It's difficult to make hop up. It's important things. One thing. Egging is every time touching the bottom first cast. So I have one question. Before, did you see the squid, swimming squid in the pot? Yeah?
From the boat, have you seen a squid in the water?
Yes. Sometimes you can see here, right?
Yes.
This area also, they swim around sometimes surface. You cast, first cast, and touching the bottom, they touching the squid jig. Here, we cannot feel. If we want to catch more, 2 or 3 casts at once, please jerk from here. Everyone knows searching here. First, they're touching the surface, 1 or 2 jerk, and make sink 6 seconds. And 1 or 2 jerk, make sink 8 seconds. It's you can search more fresh area. Yeah? I speak this one only today. It's okay. Please keep secret, right? It's real. It's a main sentence. It's egg is not hop up for the far away area. That's why you need to make the strong jerk for far away area. And near around 15 meter, 10 meter, it's more the feather, like a feathery. The action is better. Every time, so same power, egg is suddenly so come up to surface. That's why here is more strong. Here is more sensitive. Jerk is better. And this area, I making jerk is can I sit here? Yeah. If I'm making jerk, it's for far area, so hardly. But hard jerk is easy to. The one jerk is like this. One jerk is like this. Easy to come to me, the egg. If I make short and strong jerk, the more quickly jerk, is egg is a quick action and stop, quick and stop. It's not need power. I using the snap and elbow. It's hitting this point, hitting to elbow, using the rod bending powers. So if you make the jerk, the double hand is okay, no problem. So right hand is here, the left hand is here. This is a pull, this is a push. You can make the quick action. But you making the one hand jerk is a more sharply, with hitting this part to elbow. Yeah? Like a whippy jerk. It's making the more short and quick and making the more water sonic inside water. Yes. I set the image of the egging. When you cast, touching the bottom, it's a hop up a little bit. And the near side the angulars, the egg is hop up more higher. And so, depend on the water depth. If you go the shallow area, please choose the shallow type, slow sinking model. 1 meter taking 6 seconds to 5.5 seconds. And the water depth is 5 to 6 meters. Please choose the normal type. The sinking rate is 1 meter, 3 seconds. In the more deep area, over 10 meters. So please choose the deeper model, deep model. It's a 1 meter sink. It's a 2.2, 2.3 seconds.
Can you explain the eye color for the sink rates?
Yes. It's a Yamashita Eging series. It has a deep model and a normal model and a shallow model. It's easy to understand. The eyes color is dividing. The shallow is a blue color. The normal color is a black. And the deep type is a red eyes. Now, we have many sizes of egging. How to choose? Then, as you know, the 2.5 and smaller egg, the catching easy, very easy, the squid. But first cast, you casting the 2.5, 1 or 2 squid, catch, finish. That's why it's better to cast fast is 3.5. You can cast far away and thinking more faster. You can search more quickly. And you catching the active squid fast. And second, the 3 or 2.5 is slow sink, and they preferring the small bait because they attack and eat easy small bait. That's why first please cast 3.5 and next small one. Of course, it depends on the situations. The spring season is squid is more bigger. They preferring the big bait. That's why such situation, please choose the 3.5. And after summer is born the squid, the very small size. That's why such situation is the best, the 2 and the 2.5. It's okay.
Yes, you follow?
Sink rate, so as I said, the water depth is shallow, please choose shallow in the 3 to 10 meter. I preferring the 6 to 7 meter. It's better, more easier. It's a basic type. And more deeper is a deep type. You can see the blue eyes, black eyes, red eyes. And we have the shallow type. Egyo Q Live series and Egyo K. This one also, the sinker is here. It's not only, they equip the weight here. That's why the sinking situations, it's a more side.
The sinking posture is more balanced, more level, and that creates more water resistance and a slower sink rate.
Yes, yes. And why we have the two kind of the shallow models? It's a Egiok equips the fin. It helps the more stable sinking. It's more easy to catch the shallow type. But it's a offensive type, very high appeal. Yeah. Yes. The live is a slim head. That's why you making jerk more quick movement. And inside rattle, that's why high appeal. It's an offensive shallow. It's a defensive shallow, I mean. The squid prefer the rocky shore. One of the area in Japan, the squid calling the weed squid because they spawning egg to the weed and the rocky area. That's why please choose the pier or rocky shore. And normally they come the peak of the rock because there are so many currents. They riding the current. Depend on the tide timing. They making a school and swim around such a more currently area. Sometimes if we wear the polarized glass, we can see the like a black part. It's structures, the weed and the rock, and such area it's good. And the bank, drop off. They swimming around the drop off area, along with the bank and the cliff and weed area. You go the fishing in a beach, almost sand, but do not worry. Please searching the weed patch and the rocks. Such area, the squids stop once. That's why it's better to shoot such a structures. And also in the night time, so under the light is very good. Is a light making the light is like this. The light is through the water. It's making the shade like this. This border is a very important point. The fish is coming to the more lighter area, the small bait. That they staying there between the shade and the light area.
The squid, isn't it?
Yes, squid. And the fish is swimming near the borders. They taking the bait. That's why. So you cast in a aim to the borderline. And finally, so you check before pick up the egg. It's okay.
Check if there's a squid following, is that what you're saying? Before you pick your jig out of the water, you check to see if the squid is following.
Yes. And it's a good point here, you can see the squid ink because many people catching and there are remaining black ink, right? Squids are moving, depend on the tide. When the low tide situation, they go deeper. And when the squid are coming on the high tide situations, they come to shallow. It's a much water situations catching easier in the best time. It's a very important. Every time so I go fishing, before I check the tide situations. Tide is every time not the same, right? Sometimes the water is many, so high tide, sometimes low. And the high tide, after the tide is moving, such timing is the best for the squid. Of course, it depends on the areas. Some area is low tide. After so moving the current is the best. But totally, it's the best situation is this timing. the high tide, stop tide, after is the best. They coming to shallow. Sometimes I aim such low tide, between the low tide situations, because before low tide is the current is moving more strongly. That's why very easy to catch and easy to judging, stop timing. Yes. I aim at this point and catching some squid, and the stop tide, I move to another place. Through the day, same point, it's no good. Yeah, it's better to aim the point of the timing. Yeah? And also the sunrise timing and the sunset timing, they are very active, same as a fish. It's a warm jacket. Recently, so we making the product with university. It's a biological science, and we discovered the bait has a. They have the temperature. No. Yes, bait fish. Bait fish has a temperature around the 1 or 0.5 degrees. It's higher than water temperature. And Egio Q Live and Egio K and Egio JP, I will cast the Egi. Its number is like this. First cast is a search because high appeal. It can collect the squid from far away. After casting the live, no sound because high appeal squid jig is can catch the 1-2 squid easier, but after so they make stressful. That's why without rattle is a second cast. And third, it's a Egio K, more sensitive and more stable thinking. So it's easy to stressful squid. And the rough condition, sometimes the wind is strong, the water surface is rough. Such a situation is very effective because very smooth sinking. And finally, I casting the Naori. The small sizes are very easy to catch the squid. It's the final weapons, right? Eginno Pyonpyon. This shape is a very unique model. It's quite different the Egi bodies. It's equipped with a lip here. If you make it jerk, Egi is the near area hop up higher quickly. But sometimes in the water is I'm not really sure how to say, like is a current. The current sometimes this side, the under area is like this. Do you know?
Yes.
Yes. In such a situation, water temperature is a difference. Sometimes down area very cold. The surface is warm. Egging is every time so touching the bottom. Such situation, for example, this time, so beginning to winter, they don't go the cold water. It's a border of the current. It's like a bottom sometimes. That's why, so you can feel the water resist by hand with a rod. The make think this part is a little bit moving current, but reach this area, no feeling. Such a situation is water is like this. and then squid is not go to the cold area. They stay in the border. That's why searching this area is more can catch easy. So you can feel this range by this lip. This lip is acceptable, so many water resist. If you're making jerk very heavy, that's why this part is a difference. The water resist is making jerk is heavier. Not heavier. It's make sink again. It's a heavier. It's a lighter. That's why you can understand. So where is the border of the current? Such as so many so water resist, so accept tools. It's helped the feel the border of the current.
You can feel the difference in the water pressure through the line.
Yes. And so this shape is easy to keep same range. It makes hop up. It's difficult due to the shape.
It's more a small twitching version.
Yes, not too hard jerk.
Just small twitching.
Yes, it's for example, the lures. You casting the lures and the reading is very faster, like this. First, lure is like this, but the more faster, lure is turned and jump out from the water. Egg is the same. If you make the strong jerk, they cannot too much the water resist. It's like this. Yes. That's why the sensitive is better. The equipped lip type egg. Eginno Pyongyang is very rich. Equips the warm jacket and the rattle sound. And inside here, the 490 glow beads in the head side. That's why 3 kinds of the Yamashita and the University technique equipped the Pyongyang.
Why is it called Pyongyang?
Pyongyang. It's difficult to say. It's like a sound. It's like in a Japanese cartoon. It's a Pyong. Yes. Before I asked to the Brian, so how to say this jump is like a sound to say the boing boing. Yeah. Just bit of difference Japanese. Yeah. Egg has you can choose the 2 kind of the colors: the back side and under foils.
So the cloth color and
Yes.
the foil color.
It's a base of the knowledge. It's a cross color. I choosing by water color. The little bit muddy and cloudy water, I choosing the bright color, pink and orange and yellow. And the water is clear. Such situation is squid can understand easy. It's fake. That's why I choosing the blue and brown and green, more dark area. And under foils, I choosing by the right level. It's a ground. No, it's a clock. Like this. Ground is okay. It's here. The sun. This is sunset timing. Yeah. Such situations is light is orange and pink and more yellow colors. I adjusting the under foils to sunlight colors. And in the noon, the light is like a white silver That's why I choosing the underfoil, the silver, or through the lights, Keimura, or hologram silver tape. And sunset time. It's the same as sunrise timing. Sunlight is a pink, gold, orange, pink. It's a little bit changing in the sunset timing. I adjusting the gold color, orange color, pink color. In the night, I choosing red base, purple, more dark underfoil.
And glow color.
Glow color. Glow color is yes, night. Sorry, forgot. Very important color. Yes, in the night is a glow. Sometimes cloudy situations in the water is totally dark. Such situation is effective. The glow, red, purple. That depends on the weather. And recently, the many makers issue the Keimura. It's a UV glow. UV glow is not flashing, but so UV rays is through the water and reaching to the bottom. So cloudy day, sometimes we are suntan, yeah.
Sun cream.
Yes, cloudy situation is available the UV rays. That's why in the water, so there are UV rays. The UV glow body is react from the UV rays inside the waters.
It's an instant reaction. The UV material.
Yep.
So you can't use a torch and charge it.
Mm.
It's instant with the light.
Yep. And it's a squid is sometimes very active. Such a situation, please choose bright color. It's easy to catch and easy to can find the chasing squid. And the low activity, and low activity means dark situation and the water temperature is suddenly going down and the water is muddy. Such a situation is preferring the dark colors. And no light condition is a camera and the silver base. It's better. We use every time the snap. So do you use the snap? Oh, thank you. It has a strong point because the casting, touching the bottom, every time the touching the nose to the bottom. When making jerk, it's a scratch tie point every time. Finally, many scratching the to tie point, it's a line break and lost expensive egg, right? And attaching the snap is egg is more moving freely because of the snap. I'm not sure how to say.
It's like a loop knot, so it gives the
yes.
jig more action.
Yes. And avoiding the scratch, the tie point. Yep. That's why please save your cost, right? To keep the good squid chicks. We releasing the squid spike. So I asked the university, it's killing the squid. It's good for the taste or not? They said it's very nice. They have catching the squid. After the quick kill, it's a keep the more tasty. And sometimes you catch the squid in the bag, still alive. They biting the bags and making the hole. And finally, it's a black ink like this. Yeah. And sometimes I aim to the weedy area And our squid spike equips the bending tools, hook bending tool. And please bend such this direction to the hooks. It's avoiding the stuck in a weedy area. Is a eggies, the weight balance is the same, but it's refusing the stuck on the weed. The final sentence. It's sometimes the fishing, the egging, you can feel bite. The squids pull the eggy suddenly. Oh, squid bite in the jerk. No hooking. Yes, it's I have one of the technique. It's please. Yes, you are squid.
I'm a squid.
Yes. Stay here. Stay here. It's please grabbing hardly. Yes. And the squid after jerk, the weight squid is a little bit grabbing and swim. I feel, and then jerking is no meaning because they grabbing hardly and keeps the line tension and making the hooking is almost not reaching the power. That's why you feel the squid running once little bit reverse rod position and making jerk. You feel more strongly. Yes, it's a squid. It hooking is no meaning. Please, once the releasing, so reverse rod position little bit and make jerk. Yes, it's easy to make the hooking there. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. It's important to make the hooking point after they swimming and the hook is inside the body easier. When I go the squid fishing, so I keep the metal jig and some of the pencil bait because the squid fishing point is also good as a fish point. Sometimes come to the kingi and tyra. You can see the many fish. Then squid is scared and they stay in the bottom. Such a situation, it's difficult to catch the squid. That's why I casting the jig and the top water plug. Yep. And it's a new our poppers pop queen. Also, so we asking to the university now. Maria plug also production with universities, and the kingfish can hear the 600 Hz is a popping sound. That's why we modify this part cup to make the bubble sound. It's nearly the 600 Hz. Yeah, and only so 160 is you can see the very heavy duty constructions and the wire through. You can make the long jack is a dive and popping. You making the short jack is a dog walk action. It's a specific model for the kingfish in Japan. Yep. Now he has stock. Please ask. Yeah. And after, so it's better choose pencil bait. Pencil bait is making the bubble, but the sound is more lower. The popper is collecting the fish easier because the big sound. After cast the pencil bait, when you jerk, it's a diving and the bubbles, and when you only reading, it's a swim a little bit. It's like a dead bait. And sometimes ocean is a rough condition. It's difficult to make nice action at the surface. when I choosing the pencil base, but equipped to the rear side, the flappen, very unique model. It's a long cast, and when I jerk, it's a stop than normal minnows. And sinking is like this, the wobble sinking. It's very attractive for the tuna, and but squid area no tuna. Yes. Kingi and some tyra is the best. And finally, I casting the jigs. Very easy to buy because reasonable price. Yes. And basically, now you can see the many shape of the metal jig. Oval, center balance like a leaf, and slim. How to choose? It's very simple. So depend on the shape, you can change the actions. The oval type, nearly the round type. It's a very tough.
Strong resistance?
Yes, strong resistance. That's why it's specific for the slow sinking. No need to hard jerk, quick jerk. The lifting 1, 2, like this, and concentrate to the 4. The slow and big jerk is better. 1, 2, 3, and make. It's a falling is like this, like leaf. And second is like a center balance is our short tricker. Is a versatile models. Sometimes you can make the short jerk like this, and when making the line slack, the line freely, it's a slide action. And when you make the jerks 2 or 3, slow and big jerk, and to keep the line tensions, there is a wobble sinking. It's a versatile model. And slim type. It's better to speed jerk. Yes, touching the bottom, 10 jerks more quickly, like a short jerk, like this, and fall. It's open the spool, and like this, the fall. It's depend on the fish. Please correct the shapes. And sometimes the water current is very strongly, so such a strong current, this one is difficult to making the action. That's why such a situation is please choose normal center balance jig or slim type. And sometimes the fish come to the surface. Such a situation, cast and please making short jerk and fast retrieve. Then jig is skipping like this. It's better the slim type or normal type. It's how to choose the shore jigging of the jig shape. It's okay.
Yes. No problem.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for my thank you for listening my poor English. So after I stand there, please ask me anything. Please do not say the complaint. Yeah? just ask me the question about squid fishing and shore jigging. Yeah? Thank you very much.